Hi again guys, this is a review of the 2x3x4 version of the Camouflage Cube that you might have seen my recent unboxing for. As you can see, or you might have seen in my other videos, I've got a few of the Camouflage Cubes now. I've actually got a few more on the way as we speak. I very much enjoy these puzzles anyway, so this one is no exception. As with the previous versions, if you've seen my reviews for those, this has the same problems in that it does feel quite light and flimsy. These centre layers, you'll see here, aren't capped, so that does make it add to them feeling quite light and flimsy. Having said that, out of all the Camouflage Cubes I've got, this probably turns the best. I think it's due to the fact when on these outer layers all the pieces are actually capped on this direction, so I think that makes the turning quality a little bit improved over other versions of this puzzle. So this one isn't as bad as the others. Like I say, I'm fairly sure this one turns the best out of all the ones I have at the moment, so in that regard this one's quite good. It's an interesting puzzle to solve. It's not really any more difficult than these other ones here. In difficulty terms, the 3x3x4 is definitely the most difficult one I have. This one's relatively straightforward compared to the 3x3x4. It's probably comparable in difficulty to being a little bit more difficult than the 3x3x3 and the 3x3x2 versions. But the 3x3x4 is still quite challenging even when you know how to do it. Whereas this one is a little bit more straightforward. I'm going to include a little bit of a spoilers section at the end of the video with some minor spoilers that involve how this solves. So if you don't want to see any spoilers about how to solve this, then please turn off before we get to the end, but I will warn you before we do that. Now this Camouflage Cube, like the other ones, turns in that strange kind of offset way that you might have seen. So here it turns like that. On these horizontal layers, a similar kind of thing, but these vertical layers, well, they're not really vertical, they're the 2x4 layers, should I say. They don't turn in an offset fashion. If you watch the spoilers or already know anything about that, you may well already realise exactly why that is. I will say a little bit more about that at the end of the video. These puzzles are quite difficult to solve. You need there's a kind of concept that you have to be able to grasp before you can figure out how to solve these. You can't use any regular kind of cuboid algorithms to solve these at all. It just simply does not work. So this one is better than the 3x3x3 version. If you've seen my other reviews, you may have noticed that I said that the 3x3x3 version, I don't dislike it, but I think it's I'd recommend one of the other ones instead. It's basically about having even numbers of layers. The puzzles scramble a lot better. So the 3x3x3 version, you can't actually scramble completely because of pieces getting blocked and bandaged by other pieces once they're mixed up. Whereas this one, same as the 3x3x2 and the 3x3x4, it certainly does scramble fully, and it is definitely a lot of fun to solve. So yeah, I'd recommend one of these if you like these puzzles, but I wouldn't probably recommend it as the first one you get if you don't really know already how to solve these. I'd actually recommend the 3x3x2 version to begin with, it's a good introduction to this difficulty level of puzzles. You need to be quite an experienced puzzle solver before you're going to be able to solve these. Okay then guys, please switch off now if you don't want to see the little section where I'm going to give away a little bit of the spoilers for the video. So yep, stop now if you don't want to see that. Okay guys, if you're still here, then you obviously don't mind seeing the little spoiler section. I'm not giving anything major away here. If you know how to solve any of the other Camouflage Cubes, you already know this. This puzzle is essentially a 4x4x4 which has been bandaged and extended, which is exactly the same as all the other Camouflage Cubes are. And the reason this one scrambles fairly well is it divides the blocks that you build up to before solving it divide evenly. So you got your same numbers of each kind of block. The reason this one is a little less fun and challenging than the 3x3x4 is simply that there's only kind of 2 types of blocks that you have to make up, whereas with the 3x3x4 there's 3 different types. So yeah, I'd recommend this if you enjoy the Camouflage Cube series. I certainly enjoy solving this. So yeah, get it if you haven't got it already. Okay then guys, take care now, and I'll see you next time.